Do your cardistry videos look like this? Well, how would you like them to look a little more like this? Hi, my name is Nate Lex and welcome back to XDex. That's exactly why I'm here. Today, I'm going to be teaching you 5 simple ways to improve your cardistry videos immediately. We'll start out with lighting, the direction in which your camera is shooting the video, your body position in terms of the camera angle, the type of camera you use, and how to focus whatever camera you use. So please grab a deck of cards, grab whatever camera you use, and let's get started. Tip number 1, lighting. You're going to want to use whatever lighting is available to you, whether that's a lamp in your bedroom, a clip-on lamp from your desk, lights in your house, in a library, in a school, pretty much wherever you can find it. But the best light you're going to want to use is daylight, unless you're trying to do something cinematic and extra, and then you can add extra lights as you see fit. But just to improve your basic cardistry, just shoot outside, or next to a window, or in the shade of a building. All these things make for great diffused lighting, and I can define what that is later, but it's going to make it look softer and fill your frame and fill your shot with light. And that's going to help your cardistry look better in general because you can see what you're trying to record. Also, something I wanted to include in this video was something you can purchase, and it's actually just a mini ring light with a phone clip. So if you're using your phone and don't have any built-in lighting around you, this is a simple $20 way to improve your cardistry video immediately. It's called a Bauer 24-inch LED ring light, and I highly recommend it. It's easy for shooting on the go. You can bring it anywhere and you can plug it into places. And I included a link in the description, so if you wanted to grab it, you can. I already have a friend who's used it and loves it already. Tip number 2, camera angle. Camera angle is so important to shooting your cardistry because it accentuates different parts of different moves. Let's say you were to do an anaconda dribble. You might want to shoot from the bottom up or from the top down because that really captures the drama of the move. What you really want to do is make sure your entire frame or the screen is taken up by most of your movement and your cards. So what if you were doing a spring and you were doing it from hand to hand? You might want to shoot horizontally and straight on because that captures most of the card movement. I've figured that in my day-to-day practicing, a 45-degree angle down towards your cards is like the POV of a spectator or yourself, and that's maybe the most interesting thing. But if you want to get creative, play around with your camera angles and maybe you'll find out something that I don't know and make some really cool videos out of it. Tip number 3, your body position in relation to your camera. Most of the times you want to pretend like you're in a box, and so if you're in a box facing the camera, then the camera is facing that front wall of the box you're standing in. What I typically like to do is face one of the 2 corners, the front left or the front right corner of the imaginary box you're standing in, and that will get a good angle to capture your moves. I personally like facing more towards the front right corner of the box because that side gets most of the movement of most moves, but if you're doing a display and you're right-handed, you actually want to turn more toward the left corner, potentially even the left imaginary wall in your box. But a lot of these things just affect the displays, and you can interchange them however you see fit. But it is one thing to think about when you're shooting your cardistry videos. Tip number 4 is the type of camera you use. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, Nate, I don't have a good camera like you, so I can't shoot good cardistry videos. Wrong. I used to shoot on an iPhone, and I still shoot some of my things on my iPhone. So if you have a smartphone of any type with a good camera, use that. My old photography teacher used to say, use the camera you have. It's the best one you've got. Because if you're not going to be able to take the shot, then you won't get a shot at all. So use whatever camera you have. If you have the budget to invest in a good camera, my Canon T7i is something I've used forever, and it's what I always use. But you can invest in more material and more equipment as you go on. But you don't need a fancy camera. In fact, in the last tip, I'm going to teach you how to use your smartphone to be really awesome at shooting your cardistry videos. And last, but certainly not least, is going to be how to focus your camera, whether that's a DSLR or your phone. I'm going to show you how to do it on my iPhone. I'm screen recording right now and I'm going to show you exactly what you can do. So what you really need to do first is clean off your lens. So take your t-shirt or whatever and wipe down that front lens, wipe down that back lens, and make sure it's really clean, because what you're going to want to do is get a clear picture like you can probably see in my screen right now. The second thing you're going to do is how to focus it. Now, you guys are going to love this. Most people don't know how to do this, but you're going to hold down instead of just tapping. So most people will just tap the screen and you get that little box to pop up, and this happens on most smartphones with a camera. So if you guys see, this doesn't have to be an iPhone, it can be any smartphone. Tap the screen, you'll see that little box pop up to focus, excuse me. What you want to do is you actually want to hold down on the screen till it says AE lock at the top. Some phones will say AE and AF lock. So auto E lock is actually auto exposure lock, and auto F or AF is auto focus lock. So you'll notice that as I change from doing the light here to the light here, the exposure isn't changing. It's not getting any brighter or less bright, and it's also not changing the focus on my face. So you've locked the focus. If you guys see that little sun thing on the side, you can actually go to the right or to the left and drag down away from that box or not near that box, and you can make it way brighter, or you can make it way darker so you can actually change your exposure manually or potentially change your focus. Let's say I wanted to focus on the microphone. I can re-tap out of it, refocus on the microphone, go down, and it really gets it in the light. Or I could go back to my face, re-tap on my face to get it out of the focus thing, focus in on my face by holding down, and then maybe go down to this because that's the exposure I wanted at. But that is how you can shoot it from either side, and I'll show you on this by, see how it's really exposed over here? If I tap this, focus on me in the viewfinder and bring this down, now I can see this properly. And this is kind of a little meta, but yeah, this is the biggest tip I can help you guys with by using what you have to better focus your camera and use what you've been given to make better videos. Hey guys, just wanted to add a little disclaimer at the end. As I was making this tutorial, I thought about all the depth I could have covered these things in. So just note that these are 5 basic tips to improve immediately. And if you guys like this video, leave a comment letting me know if it was effective, and I can take each individual tip I started here and some extra ones and then dive into them in more detail in their own each individual video. So if that's something you guys would like, if this was helpful, please leave a comment letting me know. Subscribe to our channel because we're about to hit 1,000. I'd like to do a giveaway to thank all you guys, and like the video just because it helps more people see this. But let me know if this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.